Hello everyone, and welcome back to another ASMR from Red Mage Blue Mage. My name's Seth, and today we'll be playing with some green meanies today. I started off our draft with Invoke the Ancients, a 1 and 4 green sorcery that states create 2 4/5 green spirit creature tokens for each of them. Put your choice of a vigilance counter, a reach counter, or a trample counter on there, and it only disintegrated from there. I have big creatures such as Greater Tanuki, a 6/5 trampler. We have Tales of Master Shishiro, which is a saga allowing you to put counters for the first 2 chapters. The 3rd chapter you end up with a 5/5 Vigilance Haste. We have cards like Jukai Preserver, a 3/3 for 4 mana in its own right. I can also channel it to add +1/+1 counters on each of up to 2 target creatures I control. As well, we're doing green things by adding mana early on. We have things like Ecologist Terrarium for an artifact. We have Orochi Merch Keeper, which is 1 and a green. It's a 1/1 snake druid creature. It simply adds a green mana. If it's modified, it adds 2 green mana. We also have cards like Bearer of Memory. It's 2 and a green. It's a 3/2 enchantment creature that allows us to sink some extra mana if we have it. For 5 and a green, put a +1/+1 counter on target enchantment creature. It gains trample until end of turn. So, pretty standard green game plan. We cast out a bunch of mana acceleration, and then we play big green fatties at the end. So, let's suit up 16 forests, and I'll see you for round 1. Round 1, playing against Brian Shad. Opponent goes first. We start off with 4 forests, a Generous Visitor, Tamiyo Safekeeping, and a Favor of Jukai. 1 color, let's play it. Okay, we draw another forest. Opponent starts off with an island and passes. We'll start off with a Generous Visitor, a 1/1 Spirits, which gets larger as you cast more enchantments. Opponent plays another island and a Mobilizer Mech, a 1 and a blue 3/4 crew 3 flying vehicle. Does a little combat trick as well. Nothing we need to worry about at this time. Our turn, we play another forest. We draw another forest, which is unfortunate. So we'll attack for 1 here. 20 to 19 in turn. Well, it looks like they're solidly on the vehicle plan. They play a mech hangar. We'll see what they do with it. Nothing so far. Interesting. Okay, we draw yet another forest. We have 5 forests in hand and 2 on the battlefield. It is unfortunate, but here we are. Once we start drawing action, we'll be ready to go. Let's go ahead and attack with our Generous Visitor. 20 to 18. And pass our turn. We have a Tamiyo Safekeeping in hand, just in case things go sideways. I'm not really worried about it on Generous Visitor at this time. For some reason, opponent just gave up and conceded. We'll take it. 1-0. Round 2, playing against Killer Magic 4. Let's see if they can handle the Generous Visitor like last time. Okay, opponent goes first again. We have 3 forests and 4 green cards we're going to keep. Opponent leads off with an island. We draw a Fang of Shigeki for our turn 1 play. A 1/1 Death Touch. Easy start. Opponent plays another island and an Armed Guard Familiar. A 2/1 Ward 2 with Reconfigure. Something we don't need to worry about right now. Our turn here. We're going to go ahead and just attack here. Offer up the trade. I bet they don't. They do not. 20 to 19. We play a forest, and then we play Reckoner, Bankbuster. This is an artifact vehicle, 4/4, crew 3. There's a battlefield with 3 charge counters on it. I can pay 2, remove a charge counter and draw a card. So good value there. Opponent plays a Swamp and a Searchlight Companion. Looks like they're on ninjas, and will be ninjutsuing soon, but not this turn. They attack with their Armed Guard Familiar. 18-19. Our turn. Okay, now we play a forest here. We have some options here that if we wanted to play, we can do. We have the Orochi Merch Keeper. which I don't really want to do. Actually, here we go. We've got a Bear of Memory, which is a 3/2. And conveniently enough, we can crew our Bank Buster with that, which we plan on doing. I'm going to go ahead and crew my Bank Buster using the Bear of Memory. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to swing out. Actually, I want to hold back the Fang. I want to try and, they can, it's probably better just to attack with both because they've got the Searchlight Companion, which can just fly over me in ninjutsu there. So, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so we get 4 through. They trade our Fang of Shigeki with their companion token. Their turn, they play Swamp, attack with both. 15 all. They cast another Arm Guard Familiar, and they cast a Short Circuits on my Bear of Memory, making it an 0/2, which is just fine. Not that worried about it. We draw Forest, and we can do a couple things right now. Kind of wondering, we have 4 mana, we have a Grafted Growth we could play, which is not something we really want to do right now. Actually, probably the best bet right now is to play our Geothermal Kami, taking back our Bear of Memory, getting rid of that Short Circuits. So I think we will do that, and gain 3 life in the meantime. 18 to 15. I will go ahead and crew my Bank Buster with the Kami. Go ahead and attack. They're tapped out, and all they have is an Arm Guard Familiar. 18 to 11. Their turn. They cast a Network Terminal. They attack with all. Very surprised they don't have any ninjutsu. There it is. Biting Palm Ninja coming into play. Okay, so they remove their Menace counter, make me exile my Bear of Memory. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. I really didn't care about that one anyways. Okay, 11 all. I draw a Generous Visitor, which, actually I could play. I think I'll play that first. And then what I can do is I can Grafted Growth another card if I wanted to. It's not really something I want to do. I'd probably just pay 2 to remove a counter. Yeah, I don't really see any reason to do. Yeah, let's just go ahead and draw, or no, actually I'm kind of in a pickle here. Let's just Grafted Growth here. Build up our Generous Visitor, or I could make that a. Actually, I want to make the Geothermal Kami a 5/4, and I could even make it even larger. I'll make it a 6/5. Excuse me. Go next to combat. Let's go ahead and attack for 6. Put them on a 2-turn clock, and that puts them under more pressure. Still have a Generous Visitor to block with for the Biting Palm Ninja. They attack with all. I am going to block one of these the Biting Palm Ninja and take 4. I'm fine with that. And they have a Searchlight Companion and the Spirits. 1 card in hand and 3 mana to work with. We'll see what happens here. One nice thing is that I have Season of Renewal, which I'm going to cast right now, getting my Generous Visitor and Fang of Shigeki back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to get my creature back, my Generous Visitor. I'm going to get my enchantment back, my Fang of Shigeki. Okay, so those are back. Place my Generous Visitor out. And then I will cast my Fang of Shigeki. And then what I can do is I can puts a counter on probably my Generous Visitor. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Actually, I'll put it on the Kami. No, actually, I don't need to do that. They would have to double block the Visitor. Okay. I'm going to spread the love out for the counters. Okay, so let's go ahead and... they're going to have to block to keep the pressure off. So let's go ahead and go to combat. We'll attack with the Geothermal Kami. They are at 5, so they have to block this. And I assume they block with just Thurlow Spirit. Okay, they're using their Network Terminal to pay 1. And tap their Searchlight Companion to loot. Apparently they do not like what they have in hand. Might have them on the ropes here. Okay, they loot a swamp away, so I don't think they really have much in hand, so that's good. Block with their spirit, as we suspected. Okay, still 7-5. We'll end our turn. Okay, so they cast Life of Toshiro Umezawa, which is really good. So I'm going to go ahead and crew my Bank Buster at this point. No, I will not, actually. I'll hold control. Once they target my Fang, then I will crew. Oh, interesting. Never mind. They +2/+2. Their Searchlight Companion. So they're going to attack for 3 in the air. They only attack for 3 in the air. Okay. I am fine with this. So I'll take 3. That puts me down to 4. My turn. 4-5. This is kind of where the green deck is starting to fall apart a little bit. I just have smaller green creatures at this point. So a little tougher right now. But we knew this going into it. I drew Jukai Trainee, 1 and a green 2/2 with Bushido 1. So we'll go ahead and play that out. We'll gum up the air just a little bit. As is, all they need to do is just Arm Guard Familiar, reconfiguring their Searchlight Companion, and then +2/+2 with Life of Toshiro, and they've got us. We'll see. We'll see if they do that or not. There's no reason why they shouldn't. We'll go ahead and play out our Orochi Merch Keeper to get 3 crew out and start swinging. Kind of have to at this point because we're dead on board as is, so it is okay. We're still having fun. Okay. Well, opponent is thinking about doing something pre-combat, I believe. They have 4 mana to work with. I don't really know what they're going to do. Okay, they don't. Let's go ahead and attack with the Bank Buster and the Kami. Actually, we might as well swing with all at this point. Yeah, there's no reason not to. They know our plan, but we have to attack. It's fine. It's fun. We'll let them figure it out. Okay, they're using their Network Terminal at this point. Well, they forgot. So they forgot to block the Fang of Shigeki. They thought they had blocked it, apparently. They clicked on it and clicked off of it. But they let my Bank Buster and the Fang go for 5 points to put them at 0. And we win. 2-0. Round 3, playing against Paradox. I see 4 green lands. I see 3 green cards, though. Oh, no, I can't play this one, especially if we're going first. I have Careful Cultivation, an Enchantment, and then a Season of Renewal, and then a Tales of Master Shishiro, which we won't play till turn 5, so we will have to mull this one. Okay, this looks much, much better. We have 2 Force and a Cultist Terrarium, so we have the early game. We have a Jukai Trainee and a Fade to Antiquity, Invoke the Ancients, Integrator Tanuki. So, unfortunately, Tanuki is going to have to go just because it's the most expensive. But we have a handful of gas that we are not afraid to play. Play our Forest and pass turn. Opponent plays a Swamp and passes turn. We draw another Forest, so we're looking pretty good now at this point. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Jukai Trainee to get some power out there to start attacking next turn. Okay, opponent plays a Mountain and a Virus Beetle, which is unfortunate. I think at this point, I'll go ahead and get rid of the Cultist Terrarium. I really like everything else we have in hand, so we'll go ahead and discard that. Okay, our turn. We draw a Fang of Shigeki. So I think what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and attack. I doubt they block. We shall see. Okay, they do not block. We will go ahead and put out a Forest. And probably pass turn at this point, depending on what they're doing. I'd kind of like to keep the Fang until I absolutely need it, and leave it as fodder for potentially another Virus Beetle. Okay, they cast Automated Artificer, a 1/3 essentially. Not really worried about that. Okay, so now it's our turn. We're going to go ahead and attack here. We draw Season of Renewal, not something we're needing right now, so we're going to go ahead and attack with the Jukai Trainee. Oops, well, that is good for us. They did block with their Artificer, and they did not know about Bushido. So happy to see that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end turn. We have plenty of gas in our hand. We're just kind of waiting now to get to 5 mana to play Invoke the Ancients and stomp from there. So they cast, or ninjutsu rather, a Dokuchi Shadow Walker, which is very good. Okay, getting back their Virus Beetle. We draw another Season of Renewal, so I really don't mind getting this Fang of Shigeki out now. Keeps them from attacking. I'll go ahead and attack with my Trainee. And I can just discard a Season of Renewal at this point. They have an Unstoppable Ogre. Okay, that's a good card for them. And cast a Virus Beetle, so Unstoppable Ogre for 1 keeps one of my creatures. Unfortunately, my Fang of Shigeki, my only one, from blocking. And they cast their Virus Beetle, as I said, discarding the Season of Renewal. And they hit me for 5. Now 9-16. Kinda getting dicey. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to cast Fade into Antiquity, exiling their Unstoppable Ogre. Not the best target, but we need to be able to kind of stop them in their tracks while we recover. So I'm going to go ahead and cast that on their Ogre, exiling it. I will hold back now at this point. No attacks, and pass turn. Opponent has more land than us. They have 5 versus our 3. Now they just cast a 6 or place a 6 land into play. Okay, so if they try and attack with the Virus Beetle, I'm going to go ahead and block with the Trainee. I assume they have You're Already Dead. Oh, okay. They have Heiko Yamakaze, the general. Kind of a wasted... Interesting. Kind of a wasted... Oh, I see. Okay, they play the Heiko. We'll get it back. I see. Yep. Well, good beats. That is a thing. Okay, well... we have another Season of Renewal that we can discard with. I think what I want to do is I have a Hair of the Ancient Fang, which is a 3-mana 2/3. It gets a +1/+1 counter if I have a modifier creature, which I don't, but I kind of need to just block stuff at this point. So I want to go ahead and put that out. No attacks. We want to be blocking all this. I assume they'll attack with their Heiko. Okay, they cast... Oh, no, never mind. They channel their Reinforced Ronin to draw a card. They get a Brute Suit that they put into play. Okay, then they attack with their Dokuchi Shadow Walker, which I want to block with my Fang. Because it has Death Touch, it will kill that. And it dies. I don't understand that. Alright, so we just drew our forest, which is very good. Very good for us. I'm going to go ahead and put our forest into play. Let's invoke the Ancients. Put a couple 4/5 spirit creature tokens into play. And I think the best thing to do, based on what I'm seeing, is let's give them trample. Yeah. Okay. I'm liking where we're at. No attacks right now, but we will be attacking next turn, depending on what they do. They have a Brute Suit in play, as well as a Heiko. They just cast a Chainflail Centipede. And now they cast an Aki Ronin. Very glad to have some trample. Okay. We draw a forest. Let's go ahead and attack with our two big beefy boys. So what they'll do is they'll block. Yeah. Well, if anything, we're just going to clear their board, which I'm totally fine with. Actually, I think I might attack with the Jukai Trainee as well, because they have at most 3 toughness, and if they block it, then it's going to kill something. Currently attacking for 10, to which they're at 16. So this is going to hurt one way or another for them. Okay, they tap their Aki Ronin for the Brute Suit. Makes sense. They're going to do some blocking. Okay, they double block one of the spirits with the Brute Suit and the Chainfell Centipede. Cannot kill both. I think the best course of action is to kill the Brute Suit. Yeah. Which I'm fine with. Okay, that puts them down to 10. Now I have a forest and a Season of Renewal, which I really want to get out to get that Fang of Shigeki. And that really nullifies any Virus Beetle that they may have too. Let's view the battlefield. I just have... Yeah, just the one. Okay, so just let's just get a creature card out, which is our Fang of Shigeki. Get that out there. And pass turn. It's 9 to 10. I feel like I'm in a good position here at this point. They do have 2 cards in hand. I am hellbent. So we'll see what happens. They're attacking with their Aki Ronin. They're getting their Brute Suit back. Makes sense. Let's see here. So I can just block and just keep it at bay. I still think that's what I would like to do. Ooh, they have a Thundersteel Colossus. Very good. Don't understand why they didn't just place that out. Oh, I bet that's what they got off the Aki Ronin. That would make sense. Okay, cool. We draw Grafted Growth, which we're definitely going to play. The +1/+1 counter I'm going to put on. Yeah, if I put it on the Spirit and attack with them, they have 5 total damage right now. I can also do that. I actually think I'm going to put it on the Heir of the Ancient Fang to make it a 3/4. Because then at that point, if I attack with anybody... Okay, I can attack 4. I can attack for 10 right now. and that forces them to block. So what does that mean? Let's take just a second here. So if they attack here, and if they blocked here, that would die. They could still crew 7 to 8. Kind of depends on what they get. How greedy do I want to be? I think I'm going to attack with all but the Fang of Shigeki. That's 4, 7, 9. Doesn't kill them, but it's really going to put them in a pickle. Okay, so they crew 2 for the Thundersteel Colossus, which I figured they would do. This might have been a little too aggressive here. We'll see what happens. Because they'll block one of them with the Thundersteel, but because I put that +1/+1 counter on the air, if they block... Okay, so they take 5, puts them down to 5, and I've still got the Fang of Shigeki here. Yeah, reconfigure here. Yeah, that's smart. Okay. Shoot. Yeah. Well, that was a mistake on my part. So they're able to block with that, or attack with everybody. They got a 3/3, and then the Chainflail Centipede was reconfigured onto the Colossus, making it a 9/7 trample, which they used to crew it. So that's very smart. That was an oversight on my part. Okay, we lose on this one, unfortunately, but that is a-okay. 2-1. Round 4, playing against Hansax. We go first. We have 3 Forests, Generous Visitor, Jukai Trainee, Bankbuster, and a Tales of Master Shiro. That is a snap keep right there. Let's go ahead and play our Forests and get the Generous Visitor out. Pass turn. Opponent plays an island and passes. Oh, even better. We'll go ahead and attack here. We don't have an enchantment, so we'll just get 1 damage in. 2019. Play our Forest, and we have either a Jukai Trainee, Bankbuster, or Roji Merge Keeper to play with. I think what I want to do, I want that Tails out as soon as possible. We're going with the Merge Keeper. Fast turn. Okay, they play a Swamp and a Lethal Exploit, which is unfortunate, killing our Merge Keeper. This makes sense. Okay, we invoke the Ancients, which would have been very nice on turn 4, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and attack with our Visitor. 20 to 18. And at this point, I think I would rather have the Bankbuster out. So that way, then we have options for drawing a card or even crewing it next turn with the Jukai Trainee and Generous Visitor. They cast a Patchwork on Automaton, a 1/1 Ward 2 that gets a +1/+1 counter whenever they cast an artifact spell. That's fine. We're not worried about that right now. So at this point, I think the best method here is to go ahead and just attack with the Bankbuster. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Trainee. Let's crew 3. And let's swing in for 4. 2014. Pass turn. We get another Forest next turn. We're going to be sitting very pretty. They cast a Searchlight Companion, bumping up their Automaton to a 2/2. Attacking for 2, 18-14. And that is all. Okay, we get Greater Tanuki. Oh man. I think it's too greedy just because we have so much stuff right now that we really want to be casting. I think I'm going to go ahead and channel the Tanuki probably end of turn. Yeah, okay. So what we can do here is go ahead and crew our vehicle again. We'll do the same thing. Submit 3. Let's go ahead and attack They'll block with their spirit, I'm sure. Yep. Just trying to keep stuff off the board. Keeping that edge. That's something I really struggle with, is making sure that I keep things off the board. So we will avoid that. Okay, go ahead and channel my Tanuki. Get my forest out. We'll be ready to play next turn. They cast a Leech Gauntlet. Now they got a 3/3 Automaton. And a Runaway Trash Bot, 4/4 Automaton. Yeah, I like this deck. This is cool. Okay, score is 13-14. Draw another forest. That's okay. I think the best course of action here, we just need to get big creatures out. So I think the best method here is to play Invoke the Ancients, and I think based on what I'm seeing here, we can do reach for, well, they have a lot of little creatures, except for that Automaton, which is kind of problematic, but like their Trash Bot, their Gauntlet, their Companion, just little guys here. I'm not worried about those. I think we go Trample. We just want to go over the top of them. Let's see here. So, could I can crew with the Bank Buster again. I think that is the right play. Try and get that Trash Bot off the map, or the Leech Gauntlet. Either way, I think that's a good thing to do. They might even just take it. Putting them down to 10. A lot of options here. Okay, they are going to take it. So I've got 2, 4, 5 creatures with Trample. I'm looking okay right now. It's 13-10. I've got Tales of Master Shishiro coming out next turn. Okay, they pass 2 attackers. Okay, they're just going to attack with their Companion. Beautiful. Probably ninjutsu something, I'm assuming. Yeah, Prosperous Thief. Okay. 3/2 gives them a treasure token when it does damage to me. There we go, another Searchlight Companion out, and put the Patchwork Automation up to a 5/5. It's fine. Okay, my turn. They've got a pretty wide board, which is something I really try and avoid if at all possible, but sometimes just can't happen. Tales of Master Shishiro's coming out. Put the 1/1 counter on target creature, plus I've got my Generous Visitor. I think I'll go ahead and put that on one of the Tramplers, making it a 5/6. Do the same thing for the other one. Now I've got a couple 5/6er Tramplers. Okay. I'm liking it. I think we're looking pretty good. With the Bank Buster, I think I'm going to hold it back this time. And just attack here with the 2 5/6s. Like, they have to block at this point. Or I could just add that pressure. Because if they come around and swing with a 5/5 Patchwork that has lifelink from the Leech Gauntlet, they can get a lot of life back. I think it's best to swing now because they can't really come reconfigure right now. They're all tapped out. They have 1 mana. Yeah, I think it's best if we just go full force. Is this a mistake? So we got 3, 4, 5, 10. Ooh. Okay, I'm just going to attack with the 2 and see what I can do here. They can't kill them, so that's a good thing. I could kill one of them. And one of them's got Vigilance, so that's another good thing too. So one of them's a 5/6 Trample Vigilance. So that further helps me out. Okay, so they're going to double block. Cool. They're going to double block the non-Vigilance one of all of them with the Patchwork Automation, Automaton, and the Spirit. So definitely want to kill the Automaton here. Go ahead and do that. Automaton is down. That's excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now unless they've got a way to get it back, but I can't worry about that right now. So I've got 2 mana for drawing a card with the Bank Buster, or I can use it to crew. So I think we're sitting pretty. They cast Papercraft Decoy. I don't care about that. It's a 2/1. If it dies, it draws a card if you pay 2. They also cast Chainflail Centipede, another 2/2 with some reconfigure shenanigans. They are tapped out again. Okay, I like this. I don't think they can do a profitable attack. Okay, they just pass. I'm going to go ahead and just draw a card here. With my Bank Buster, get a Jukai Preserver. Okay, I like that. And then I get a Favor Jukai. Okay, so now let's just add another 1/1 counter for Chapter 2 of my Tales. I think the best thing to do would be to put it again on the Trampler. So we got a 6/7 Vigilance. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I think I'll play Jukai Preserver. We'll just get some more people out there. Yeah, I'll get that out there. It's another enchantment creature. Get a +1/+1 counter on. Might as well. Let's just put it on the Trampler. Okay. Jukai Preserver gets a +1/+1 counter. If I attack for 9 there on that. Probably better spread the love a little bit. Make a Jukai Preserver a 4/4. Okay. I think we bust in there. Attack for 7. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, doing some blocks here. Got a triple block. Got a quadruple block. Okay, so they're going to try and do 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage to me. I'm going to view the battlefield here. I've got this Favor Jukai. I'm going to give my guy +3/+3 in reach. So a little combat trick here. Okay, let's... Yep, all that looks good. I won't put the Prosperous Thief first. I don't care about this Spirit as much. Okay, get that. Alright, get got. Give my guy +3/+3 reach. It's now 10/11. Kill all your creatures. And 4 damage to you. Okay, I think we are sitting pretty. And my turn. They're at 1 life. They're staring down a 7/8 Trample. Trampler, they have... they cast Tribute to Hirobi. Okay. I'll gladly take a 1/1 Black Rat. Going to pass 2 attacks. And they concede there. 3/1. Okay, round 5, playing against Big Daddy. And opponent goes first this time. I see 2 forests. I see 4 green cards, within the College's Terrarium. I'm keeping. Opponent starts off with a swamp and passes turn. I'll start with my forest and a Fang of Shigeki and pass my turn. Another swamp for the opponent. And then a Virus Beetle. Okay, I've got quite the hand too, so that's kind of unfortunate, but I think I'll be discarding my Jukai Preserver. Won't be playing that for a while, and I've got a lot of gas in the 4-drop between Bosiju Reaches Skyward and Geothermal Kami. So we'll go ahead and let that one go. I have a Season of Renewal that can also get that back, assuming we don't ditch it to another Virus Beetle. Okay, so my turn. I'm playing another forest here. I think the best course of action, I just drew a Generous Visitor, but I think the best play here, especially with how much we have in the 3 and 4 drops, to just cast this Ecologist Terrarium. It's a 2-drop artifact, allows us to search for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into our hand, and shuffle. We will do such a thing. Getting the forest in. Since they're double black with the Virus Beetle, that's a typical ninjutsu, so I'm not going to attack with my Fang. Gonna hold that back, keep them at bay just a little bit. Play a third swamp. And they attack with the Virus Beetle. I'm gonna go ahead and trade with this one because, again, I've got the Season of Renewal. I don't mind making this trade here. And I think they're trying to get something into play that I just don't want to see. Okay, they have a Gravelighter. They get to draw a card, a 2/2 flyer at this point. Not really worried. So, our turn. We'll play our forest that we found. Okay, and then we have 3 mana to work with, and we can play a Generous Visitor. We could play a Season of Renewal, end of their turn. I think getting Generous Visitor out there is probably our best bet, which I think I'll go ahead and do. We get a fourth land. We're sitting very pretty. And I've got a Favor of Jukai. I could always channel as well. Just an option. We'll see what happens here. Now I'll pass my turn. Fourth swamp. Mono black so far, so mono green versus mono black here. We'll see what happens. Okay, they cast a tribute to Hirobi. Good card for us. For now, we're going to get a Black Rat Rogue creature token. And then they play Inkrise Infiltrator. Okay. It's just like a mono black flyers, huh? They're not going to like this Besiege reaches skyward. If I can get this out next turn. They decide to attack with their Gravelighter for 2. They're tapped out. I'm not worried. I'm just going to let them go. Not do my favor at this point because Hirobi's coming out. 18 to 20. My turn. Okay, we do get our forest. That is excellent. Let us go ahead and play Bosiju. Reaches skyward. Generous Visitor gets a +1/+1. For playing the enchantments. I search for a couple forests. We're back in the game here. At this point, they have a couple flyers. 2 toughness on both of them. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Generous Visitor and the rat token. I don't care about the rat. Actively want this to work against them. And if they block it with their Infiltrator, even better. That's less creatures for them. Okay, they take both. 18-17. Their upkeep, I get another rat from Hirobi. They can pump up their Inkrise Infiltrator, which is a 1/2 flying. They can pay 4 to give it +2/+2 until end of turn. They do not. They instead Lethal Exploit, giving my Generous Visitor -2/-2, which again is fine. We can get it back with the Season of Renewal. They decide to attack with both their creatures for 3. 15-17. My turn. I'm going to lead off here with the forests. It gives us 5 forests to work with. And let's see what we want to do with that. We're going to lose our 2 rat tokens. So let's just go ahead and attack with those now just to get 2 damage out there. Would have been hilarious if we had ninjutsu, but unfortunately we don't have anything like that. That's okay. We don't need it. I think at this point, best course of action would be getting as much stuff out as we can. So let's get the Season of Renewal out there, and then thankfully we've got a Generous Visitor and a Fang of Shigeki in the graveyard. So we'll get both those back. So we'll choose our creature card, our Generous Visitor, and our enchantment card would be our Fang of Shigeki. Let's go ahead and get both those out. Make sure the Visitor comes out first, so we can give a +1/+1 counter to the Generous Visitor. Okay, Tribute to Hirobi now flips on their turn. They now have a 3/3 flyer. And when it attacks, you can sacrifice another creature, and if they do, they get to draw a card. Okay, so they're attacking with their 3 flyers. They went ahead and pumped up their Infiltrator for 3, so I got attacked for 8 damage there on that one. Puts me at 7, them at 15. Okay, my turn. Branch of Besiju flips. We now have a 5/5 Branch of Besiju with reach. That'll be very helpful. It can help stop them for now. I'll go ahead and put another forest out there. Now 6/6 for our branch. We have a Tameo Safekeeping that we just drew, so that'll be excellent, giving any of our permanents hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So we can have a nice gotcha moment for them. Another thing, too, we have a Favor of Jukai that I plan to use as well. And we can do all 3 of these here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Bearer of Memory out. Still leaving us 3 mana for a Tamios and a Favor of Jukai channel. Since Bearer of Memory is an enchantment, we'll go ahead and put a token on our Branch of Besiju, just make it that much larger. And now it is time to pass our turn. See if we can have a nice set of attacks, or blocks rather, for this one. And pass to attack. We're going to go ahead and attack with all 3 flyers, which is fantastic. Sure. They're going to sacrifice their last strat to draw a card. Yep, get some value out of that. Okay, passive blockers. I'll just block Hirobi at this point. Forcing their hand there. Still going to take 5. That's going to put us to 7. Okay. Let's see what they do here. Okay. So they're going to Tokuchi in their Shadow Walker, which is unfortunately going to be 7 damage, which is all they need. So, we'll go ahead and lose this one. 3-2. Round 6, playing against Noha. Okay, we have 2 forests, an Orochi Merch Keeper, Careful Cultivation, Fade to Antiquity, Harmonious Emergence, and an Invoke the Ancients. This seems good enough. Opponent will be going first, and we'll see what they start with. Start with an island and a Thousand Face Shadow, starting off strong. Okay. We draw a forest, and we pass our turn. Okay, they play a swamp. It's like a standard ninja deck rather. They play Inkai's Infiltrator, a 1/2 flyer that can pump later in the game, and they pass their turn. Okay, and let's play our second forest. Let's get the Orochi Merge Keeper out there. That's 1/1 and adds green mana, so that'll be great for us. And we pass our turn. Sultai adding a forest. Okay, so they attack with both of their flyers. 17-20. Then they play Web Spinner Cuff. It's an artifact creature. It's a 1/4 in itself. You can reconfigure to give a whatever creature 1/4 +1/+4 and reach. Okay, we draw a forest. So that puts us to 4 here. Really what we can do, we have Fade into Antiquity mana, but only 1 artifact with the Web Spinner Cuff, so I'm not really interested in that. I also have a Harmonious Emergence that I could cast for 4. I don't really want to do that either. We're kind of in a weird spot, in all honesty. For now, let's just pass turn it with 4 mana. Oh, I hate doing that. I might as well get the emergence out, even though it's going to be tapped. Just having that creature out there will be important to have. So now we have a 4/5 land with Vigilance Taste, but it's tapped in order to actually pay for it. So we'll pass our turn. Next turn we'll have plenty of options. Probably invoke the Ancients. We have a Tales of Master Shishiro available to us. Lots of options. Okay, they're going to attack with all of their creatures. All mana untapped. Very surprised they don't have anything to ninjutsu. They still don't. So they swing for 3. It's 14/20. And then cast a Fang of Shigeki. Okay. And another Inkrise Infiltrator. So they have a bunch of 1 power. Okay. So let's see here. The issue is the Fang of Shigeki at this point. So we have 5 mana in which we can invoke the Ancients, which I think is the play still. Because the next turn we could just play Fade to Antiquity. No problem. Yeah, I think that is the play. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to tap everybody else out. I think this time, because I have so many flyers, we're going to go ahead and just give our 4/5 creatures reach. Just kind of stop the bleeding a little bit, because we're at 14. I mean, it's still plenty, but we don't want to keep bleeding out here. Okay, we'll pass our turn. A couple 4/5s with reach on the board. We have 1 card in hand, 5 mana to work with, and a bunch of 1 power creatures that can fly. Okay, they just passed turn at this point, so I think that has stopped them in their tracks for now. And if it weren't for our Fade into Antiquity, we'd be at quite the stalemate. But thankfully, we are able to Fade into Antiquity this Fang of Shigeki, which we'll do right now. Go ahead and exile it. They have a card in hand. I think it might be a trick. No? So Fang of Shigeki is out of here. Now, I think with the 2 reach creatures, I think I'm still going to hold them back for now, because I want to get Tales of Master Shishiro out. But I am going to attack with my 4/5 Forest that has Vigilance and Haste. Might as well. So let's attack there. I have enough mana for a Channel of the Favor of Jukai, which gives +3/+3 and reach. They still can't kill it, so the best they can do is chump it. I bet they just let it go. Yeah, they do. Okay. So get in there for 4. 14/16. And then we will pass our turn. I'm going to stop at the end of their turn. I think I might, depending on what happens, I might channel this Careful Cultivation. And by doing so, it's 1 green, discard it, create a 1/1 green human monk creature token with a tap add green ability. Essentially becomes an Orochi Merch Keeper. Let's see here. They are casting Dokuchi Silencer. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may discard a creature card. When you do, destroy target creature or planeswalker that player controls. Okay, so 2/1, whatever. Not worried about it. Just another body. Okay, pass it to attackers. Let's see what they do. If that's what they drew, then I don't think they're going to do much. Yeah, they passed. Okay, so Careful Cultivation. We're going to channel this. Get our little monk. And another body out there. My turn. We draw Ecologist Terrarium. 2 mana. Search for a basic land. Put in play tap. Not interested this time. Tales of Master Shishiro, however, very interested in. Let's tap the monk we just played. And 4 additional forests. Tails, get out there. First 2 chapters puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle I control, and it gains vigilance till end of turn. I'm going to place that on one of my 4/5 spirits and start swinging. Okay, let us go to combat. I think I might swing with the forest and the 2 spirits at this point, because that's a lot of damage. It's 13 damage. They're at 16. Let's start pushing the envelope a little bit here. 2 of them are vigilance, so that's great. Really starting to force their hand at this point. So we'll see what happens. Okay, wow, they're going to take it. Okay, 14-3. And I have 2 creatures that are big enough to block and reach their stuff. I like our position. Things are really going to have to turn around for them right now. Hopefully I don't jinx ourselves. So I would love to see this deck win. Okay, and they concede. 4-2. Round 7, playing against Wavy Mug. Okay, opponent goes first. 3 Forest, Fang Shigeki, Reckoner, Bankbuster, Bearer of Memory, and a Tales of Shishiro. I like it. I'll keep 7 here. Opponent starts with an island. Can play something. So there is a lag here. Play Ninja's Kunai. Very good card. Deals 3 damage once equipped to a creature. I'm going to go ahead and place my Fanged Shigeki out, even though we are staring at a Kunai, because I want to be able to block here just in case. Might discourage them from a quick play or something too. We'll see. Okay, they play Network Disruptor. Tapping our Fang of Shigeki. It's a 1/1. It taps when it comes into turn. They equip the Kunai. Makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Shigeki here. They will likely not block. And they don't. 20-19. We play our second Forest, and we play Reckoner, Bankbuster. This is the crew 3 4/4 vehicle. You can pay 2 and tap it. Draw some cards. There's a lot more text to it, but that's high level what we're doing with it. Okay, they play Swamp, likely a ninja deck. They are attacking with their Disruptor. Let's see if they ninjutsu. Looks like it. Pointing to their Disruptor. Ninjutsuing in a Silver Fur Master. Hit me for 2. 18-19. And they recast their Network Disruptor. Pass turn. Okay. We will play at Forests. And we can cast Bear of Memory at this point, which is handy because that has 3 power, which can crew our Bankbuster, which we'll use to swing in for 4. Okay, I want to attack with both the Fang and the Bank, but actually no, I'm going to leave the Fang back just in case the Silver Fur Master wants to attack, keeps it at bay. So we'll just attack with the Bankbuster and go. Yep, so they'll take 4, 18-15, and pass turn. Alright, so opponent is declaring attackers. Ninjutsuing in a Covert Technician. And what does it do? It's 3/5. Thanks to the Silver Fur Master. When it deals combat to its player, put an artifact card with mana value less than or equal to that damage from your hand into the battlefield. Okay. They did not have one, so that's good. Okay. And now they're equipping the Kunai to the Silver Fur Master. I assume killing The Bear of Memory. Could be the Fang. They are currently trying to decide. I hope they go for the Bear because I have a Careful Cultivation that I'd love to put on the Fang of Shigeki. I should really put them in there. Stop them in their tracks. Nope, they decide to kill the Fang. That is the smart play. And then they recast their Network Disruptor. Got a lot of value here. Okay, so let's play another forest here. We're up to 4. Oh man, you know what? I should actually... Yeah, I could do that. So if I play Careful Cultivation on the Bear of Memory, it gets +1/+3 in reach, and it can add 2 mana if I really need it to, which I don't think I will, but that will put it outside of a lot of things at that point. So I think I'm going to do that and kind of stop them in their tracks. They're going to have to do something with that. So let's go ahead and do that. Bear of Memory is now a 4/5 with reach. Very happy with that. Not going to use the Bank Buster right now. End of their turn, I will likely use that to draw an extra card. Get a little bit more action. So, plenty of things to do. Plenty of things to do, but we need to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit. Make sure they're not getting their Covert Technician in. Okay, they cast a Nozumi Blade Blesser. Death Touch if they have an artifact. Menace if they have an enchantment. They have the artifact taken care of. So it does have Death Touch. But no Menace, thankfully. Okay, let's see if they attack. Okay, they do not. So let's go ahead and use the Bank Buster here. Draw us a card. We get Favor of Jukai. Ooh, and then we get Fade into Antiquity. An excellent, excellent card here. It can kill the Covert Technician, which is actually probably what I would like to do. Let's go ahead and put a Forced out here. We have access to 7 mana if we wanted to. I don't think that's really what we're wanting to do right now. I think... oh man, that Blade Blesser with the Death Touch is kind of brutal. I think I'm going to fade the Covert Technician to exile it at this point. Getting rid of that's going to help a lot of things here. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and put the Orochi Merge Keeper out there. Something else I have to deal with just in case. Alright, let's not attack. Still on defense. We'll end our turn. We have Favor of Jukai as well. To give +3/+3 and reach if need be. Nice little combat trick with the Merge Keeper. Love to be able to kill that Blade Blesser by doing that. And they do attack with the Blade Blesser. Fantastic. Okay. We might get got here, but we have to try this. Let's pass to blockers. Okay. Favor of Jukai, we'll channel that. Targeting our Merge Keeper. Resolve it. Passes through. Kills their Blade Blesser. Kills our Merge Keeper, but that's totally fine. Glad to have that off the board. Okay, we draw a Jukai Preserver. It is time for Tales of Master Shishiro, though. Let's get that going. Have a 5/6 Vigilance. And be very happy with that. Let's get in there. Okay, they're going to take 5 there. Putting them down to 10. I don't know if they realized that we had Vigilance, but we'll take it. Pass turn. Okay, they play Swamp. They have one more card in the hand. Kind of wondering if it's just not anything of use right now. Okay, they pass their turn. I'm going to go ahead and Bank Buster here with my Bear of Memory. Draw Forest, and then we draw Grafted Growth. Okay, let us... we could... actually, you know what? Something to be good. Oh, they're saying good game here, and they are conceding. Never mind. Won't worry about it. 5-2. Round 8, playing Tim 3 Panda 90. I wonder if that's Time Panda 90. We go first, but we kind of have a dookie hand on at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and mulligan this one. Much better here. Okay, 2 Forests, Generous Visitor, Season of Renewal, Favor of Jukai, Invoke the Ancients, and Tales of Master Shishiro. Let's keep 6 here. Probably putting back... Probably Season of Renewal. I don't really have anything that's really worth getting right now. I could actually get the Favor of Jukai. This is actually kind of tough. I'm a little far away from, like, Tails. I think I'm going to ditch that. And we'll start off with the Forest, and we'll play Generous Visitor. It's the 1/1 that gets +1/+1 counters on anything when an enchantment's played. Ooh, then we draw a Fang of Shigeki. Actually, sorry, they lead with the Forest and had no plays whatsoever. Goes immediately to our turn. We will go ahead and play Forest. Play Fang of Shigeki. Put a 1/1 counter on the Visitor. Swing for 2. 2018, pass turn. Okay, they play an island and play Goshintai of Lost Wisdom. Okay, so I think at this point I've got the Favor of Jukai that I can only channel with, so I don't really want to use that right now. Let's just attack with both, and I'll just catch them with the Favor. So attack them with both. I'm going to get rid of that Goshintai. Okay, so they block the Generous Visitor with the Goshintai. We're going to play Favor of Jukai and channel it. Make it a 5/5. Currently 2017. We pass our turn. And we got Season of Renewal. We can get that back, so very happy with that. They play Bearer of Memory. 3/2. We have one of those as well. We have a Tamio Safekeeping. We just drew a Geothermal Kami. I'm going to go ahead and just get on the gas here. It's all attack. See what they do. Okay, they want to try and trade the Bearer of Memory. I'm going to go ahead and do Tamio Safekeeping. Just keeping their board empty. Okay, pass turn. We really want to draw a Forest at this point. They have no turn 4 play. Interesting. Okay, our turn. We draw our Forest. That's great. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and attack for 3 damage. They have 4 mana up. I wonder if they have that 4 mana dragon that can flash in. We'll find out. Ooh, they're thinking. Interesting. It did pause, but they went ahead and took it. So, tell you what, we'll just take that 3 damage, 22-13, and pass our turn. We'll have Season of Renewal held up and ready to go for whenever. Okay, they play, Behold the Unspeakable. Very good card. Alright, our creatures get -2/-0 till end of turn, effectively saving them a turn. I really hate to do my Season of Renewal right now. It's kind of greedy. If I get a land, I'm just going to Geothermal Kami, bringing back my Fang of Shigeki at this point. Yeah, which I don't. I get the CG reaches skyward. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff I can do once we actually get to 4 mana. But for now, can't do anything. So, no attacks, pass their turn. Okay, they're phase 2 for Behold. If they have one or fewer cards, which they definitely don't, they have 5 cards in hand, so they get to scry 2 and then draw 2 cards. So they're going to have 7 cards to work with. They top 1, bottom 1. I don't know what they're waiting on, but they must have some real good stuff in hand at this point. They play Plains. Yeah, they play Azusa's Many Journeys. I'm sure they'll be casting another land, which they do. So they're down to 4 cards in hand. And then they play Blossom Prancer. Wow, very good card. We're losing value very quickly here. So currently they're looking for a creature and enchantment card, which they do. They get Spirited Companion. They could have gained 4 life to put them at 17, but there's really no need. Okay, so they're tapped out. I'm going to go ahead and Season Renewal at this point because I really need to get this Favor of Jukai online and keep them at bay. Really could use a forest here. We get Jukai Trainee. Very unfortunate, but we can deal with this as well. So the Behold is not going to have haste coming out. If they want to attack with their Blossom Prancer, it will get blocked by the Fang. So we can still wait a turn. We really do need to get a forest at this point, or it will be no bueno for us. Okay, Behold the Unspeakable transforms into a 5/5 flyer with the Vision of the Unspeakable. They gain 2 life for their Azusa. They cast a Spirited Companion. 1/1 draws a card. They draw their card. And let's see what they do at this point. Do they attack? I don't think they do. Oh, they do. Okay, with their Blossom Prancer. Well, I tell you what. I think I will do that. Let's go ahead and block with our Fang. I wish we had Season Renewal, but whatever. It's fine. Okay, they cast Repel the Vile on our Fang of Shigeki, which I'm absolutely fine with. Okay, so nothing. My turn. Oh, it's just hope for, man. Stuck on 3 forces. Is this how this saga ends, huh? So to speak. Oh, that's going to be very unfortunate. I really hope that's not the case. We're left with a Generous Visitor and 3 beefy creatures on their side of the board. No attacks. We still got the Favor of Jukai. They know about it. We'll see what they do. Okay, Zeus's Many Journeys flips. They now have a 3/3. We'll pass to attackers. They're blocking with their Vision. Or they're attacking with their Vision. I will gladly block there. Oh, I had to declare that first. Dang. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh man. Now I'm making mistakes too. Yep, I have to declare blockers right now. Well, shoot. That's not good at all. I still have to block the Blossom Prancer. Can I take 9 here? It's just supposed to be down to 13. Yeah, let's not block. Oh man, that was kind of a fatal error on my part. And what do they cast? They have, okay, Sky Blessed Samurai, 4/4 flyer. Okay, yep, that's good. That's good. Still have 3 mana to work with. They have a lot to do. They cast Era of Enlightenment. Yeah, they're just gonna unfortunately outvalue us because we just kind of got land screwed this time. Yeah, part of it. Okay, scry 1 to top, 1 to bottom. My turn. Let's see what we get. Greater Tanukia. Yep. Now, unfortunately, I think this is just going to be a quality of life concede. I wonder if there is anything I can do at this point. Yeah, we're not going to quit since this is the last one, but this is not looking good. My poor generous visitor is very sad and lonely. Okay, they gain 2 life. They're back up to 18. They have 4 cards in hand, so their vision's a 4/4 flyer. They have another 4/4 flyer and a 4/4 reach with their Blossom Prancer. Yep, they attack with everybody. I don't blame them one bit. That's 4, 7, 8, 12. Gonna put me to 1. Well, that's fantastic. Okay, it's favor of Jukai. Let's channel, make my generous visitor a 5/5 reach. They're already giving me the good game. I will not give them that satisfaction. Not without killing their vision. Okay, I'm at 1. We're not giving up. It will not happen. They play Thornwood Falls. They're back up to 19. They play a Kappa Wrecker. And then we get Boon of Boseiju. Really cool. Okay, I think at that point we will go ahead and concede, ending this at 5-3. So in closing, I really like this deck. I really had no high expectations for this. Just drafting 1 color. This kind of goes back to some of my earlier days when I first started playing Standard and Modern whenever it first came out. Green decks are just nice, easy, efficient, straightforward decks, and actually in this case it even worked out pretty well. We got lucky on a couple of them. The first person kind of gave up way too early. The second person just poor attacking mistake there, or blocking rather. But the other times, we had good games. They were close, they were fun, engaging. So, I did not expect this deck to do as well as it did, to be honest, and I'm very happy with the results. So, I will enjoy my 1,600 gems and 4 packs, and see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.